There is a trick when it comes to making moi moi. You have to soak it for hours on end. Yeah, so that the more it becomes, like swollen, hydrated, the faster, the more content you would have in your food. To me, in business, it's the same thing. You cannot get your profit immediately. So tomorrow I'm going to be making moi moi. It's soft now, and some people don't like to see the skin of the beans. So there are people who are using this bean skin for something else. In Nigeria here, they throw things literally all the time. What can be made out of the skin? When blended, it becomes like jelly. And you can make sweets out of them. Tomorrow I'm also going to be making bean snack, and I'm going to take it to my client who is currently sorting out his store. And when, for instance, why I'm doing it like this with Anadege is that it's not just he's going to pay me for the job or allow me work for him. I also have to show that I am capable of giving and getting varieties of snacks to him so that I can sell, and that way I make a partnership with him. So knowing how to make things is very important, and not just selling things. Yeah, I got some garden egg. I'm testing a concept on how to remove bugs from pecking on tomatoes in specific, because they usually do not go for onions in this country. The shallots have dried, so they are safe and preserved inside, but this onion is we don't have white onion. This is onion that is usually used for meats and salads here, which I enjoy. So I bought this onion amount for 200 naira. The shallots, I bought them quite some time ago. So what I did with why it is not rotting, I want to make dried tomatoes. I simply washed it in kerosene. I did not soak it, and then I rubbed it with palm oil, so that way you preserve longer your food products. And knowing that all these bugs do not like oily stuff because they get glued to it, they do not sit, and it doesn't irritate you as a person to make it work. This is what they call waxing in Europe. Now here in Nigeria, I have to test things, why things spoil, why restaurants aren't functioning, why this, why that. This garden egg, I bought it for 100 naira. I bought 3 oranges for 100 naira. I'm mixing cocktails here, getting some taste. This is Sprite. I mix Sprite with orange and Sprite with Coke. because I'm still experimenting. Here, the dots have already dried, so I can simply do it on tomorrow. How grandmothers in Soviet Union prevented themselves from having bugs in the house. They simply made colorful flowers, because bugs usually are tired when they are buzzing over flowers. And then these tentacles are supposed to make them feel like it's another bug that is on the flower. So yeah, this sort of thing on tiles, it lasts for as long as you want. Even kerosene is not removing it. So and you can erase it with nail polish remover, which you will see now in evidence. You can see it erases, and then you quickly wipe it while it's still wet. Yeah, becomes another thing. This is how painters work. Oh, they don't like this. Oh, they're going back again. They'll do it after 3 years. They will come back to the same old thing that they were doing. So yeah, I'm exercising my right to understand what attracts ants to dustbins that are kept inside the house. I poured a bit of kerosene into it. They like smells because they smell a lot as well. How do they find themselves in tracks? They rub off of each other based on what they find, and then they start communicating how they feel between each other about it through bumps. Maybe you haven't noticed, ants like to bump on each other. Kisses, they blow kisses. Listen up, yo, this is it. The president here is full of shit. Will I am and Fergie. I. Yeah, so I still have a lot of money here to give around town. See, money. How do you make sweets like this? Simply get sugar tomorrow. Any type, whether it's brown, white, yellow. Cook it up in a pot. Spread it thinly on top of a plate or surface of any kind. Then break it, and you have your own sweets made from home. Today should be easy to work with NAFDAC because people have cell phones where they can show how they made the products in the process so that quick approval can be made. But people are not informed of this, how to protect their own rights, how they made things, how they mixed things. So yeah, you'll find out that this country, people don't like to talk to each other about anything. Yeah. What helps to keep consciousness of reality is cash money. we can't completely erase it because we have children to raise. They don't understand the concept of giving and receiving without an object. So in services, you can also explain what barter and exchange means. So yeah, tomorrow I'm going to be pickling some stuff again. Of course, I used this jar of mine as a multiple tool for everything. So I have my glasses here. Yeah. Then I'm going to go and get, this is flour. I'm going to get some meat or fish or chicken, and I'm going to make manti, Russian dumplings. I have the rice cooker here, and I'm just going to make one sample of each, very tasty, and I'm going to eat it. Yeah, noodles. People are cooking noodles at night in Nigeria in the joints where they sell suya, and they don't know, they haven't been told that quick brew, this one is already cooked, that you just soak it in hot water, you put it in a cup, and people can just drink it, be it hot or cold. They are frying things, they are frying something that is already cooked. They aren't given alternatives on how children can quickly serve themselves. So mothers at home are stressed constantly because children like noodles. You know what they do on these noodles? See, Power Rangers, superpower people, yeah, but they don't know what it takes to raise them. Mothers are feeling like deadbeats in the house. Meanwhile, these ones are posing here. So who are we going to pick out of this? The girl in yellow is missing. You can't see her. So color patterns. They also put, to encourage others to buy this product, inserts of various cards. I used to play them and collect them when I was young, and we used to play the game by, can you flip the card around? This taught me how to turn things around, how to see things the other way without being too emotional about things. In Uzbekistan, that's how I grew up. Yeah, I wanted to buy yam today, but the yam was too fresh to make pounded yam from. So you would feel like a failure if you don't know the difference on what type of yams to make. Simply blend the yam. I'm going to go to Santana Market tomorrow to buy old yam. I'll blend both, and then I'll cook it up like it is semolina, like they make semolina. Because on Facebook, when I made an announcement that people can stop using brick and mortar to be making pounded yam, they were looking at me like I was crazy. What is mashed potatoes? It's the same powder, for instance, they use. They'll just mash mash the potatoes, and yeah, the same way you do yam. You don't have to pound it, cook it. So the same way you can do rice pudding. It's called tuo in the north. There is a wedu leaf that is drawy, but they have specific ways on how they make it. And if there was no YouTube today, and some women being kind and glad in Nigeria to show their skills, perhaps I wouldn't know how to do it. Unfortunately, we do not have men in this country who show how they do their skills, which is why you see the level of poverty in this country. Startup City, food for thought, have fun, enjoy your lives, be good to yourself. So I'm going to be editing out what can be seen on this with an editor. So when I'm making a show between two teams in discussion about business, they would be able to speak. Startup City, Boa speaking. There is inverter in this place, yet they are using generator. They don't want to change the inverter, so they are living in noise and they are constantly in fear of what to happen. This is how people here, they do their business. They think they are saving money, but they are spending on their nerves and going to doctors and all sorts. Oh, Startup City, boss speaking.